Okay, this is just a real preview introduction for those of you who need something else to play on at home. Not that you don't have like a million things to do otherwise, like get going with math, redo your reading stuff, play with your kids, go to the doctor. But I'm going to show you real quickly this program called Sketchup and show you how eventually the 2D design that you use will turn into 3D design. And we're going to do that to I'm going to just sketch up one idea for how a soil anchor remover fulcrum that we'll be doing today might work. And so I've got not just SketchUp up here, I've got actually Sketchy Physics. We'll get that loaded on your computers, those of you who have them or want them. And you'll realize it works fundamentally different. It doesn't look like the way we're teaching AutoCAD. It does if you do that, but if you do this, it looks like stuff that you've been playing on your games, some of you, forever. So I'm going to actually just draft a box here. That's not the best way to do it. I'm going to draft a box here, take that up. There's one box. And then I'm going to take that box and I'm going to go ahead and grab it first. You're a couple weeks away from this in AutoCAD. Grab it, grab that move tool, hit the control key in this program, move it over to the side. I'm going to move it over a little bit more. So I'm going to get a little bit of a separation there. And I'm going to then draw another box right along the bottom, moving around here. Draw another box from here to here. And that's fine. I'll move that down. And then I'm going to grab that box. And I'm going to shift it over. And you'll see your best ideas would have started with the 2D sketch. I'm going to skip that step for now. Sketch here. Move this up. This is done in real time after a lot of thought. Well, not a lot of thought, a little bit of thought. All right, now I'm going to make all those things act together by taking them together and grouping them. In SketchUp, in AutoCAD, the command would be not group, but it would be block. Okay, I'm going to give this world a floor, and it may explode when I'm done, but I'll just go ahead and put it out. That gives it a floor, and I'm finally going to put in one more piece of wood. And that piece of wood is going to be sized to that. So I'm going to take it from here to there and take it out in this direction. Hopefully it finds its direction there. I'm going to take it up to there, and I will then slide that wood in, and it's going to be awfully tight, so we're going to see what happens as we run this thing. All right. And I'm going to turn on the physics. And you realize we got a tight fit here, so it might or might not work, but right there, it seemed to work. It did seem to work. So I'm going to hit and go back, zoom out here a little bit, and this might not pick up, zooming in and out with my mouse. I'm going to turn on again, and it did seem to work. All right, so I'm going to take this now, and I'm going to do something called scaling. I do that by grabbing something here. Again, some of you, if you're young, you've probably been playing class or, I don't know, at home with games. And if you're old, you're going to do this or something like it sooner or later. So if I turn this on again, you see that thing right there is now. So it doesn't have something to rotate on. And so let's finally do that. Let's go ahead and add at least a little piece of wood here and here to keep it from rotating, so it can rotate around. We'll try to do it with a square again. We're going to go from here to there and out and up. And once again, if we can not draft it again, we were going to tend to copy, so we're going to grab that. Grab the tool, hit the control key, take that over, and now as opposed to attaching that to the bottom block, we're going to take this and this and this. I'm holding the control key, grabbing all these and saying edit, make a group. Alright, so now what's going to happen now? Again, this is running Sketchy Physics, free download, and SketchUp, free download. They work very nicely in AutoCAD. One thing I think I might have done there, if you notice there, I kind of made that all together. So I'm going to do something called explode them. I'm going to take these things there, and I'm going to once again try to do it. I'm going to grab that, hitting a control key that. I've grabbed three things. I'm going to edit, make a group. Don't worry about any of that except for the fact that now that general piece of wood is probably going to rotate right about that point. See how it works. I turn it on. You see how it's rotating about that point. So basically what we've made here, and effectively, very quickly, is a little bit of a lever, which is going to perform work for us to get something out of the ground. Now let me see finally what, I guess I can take this and I can move it a little bit so that lever works a little bit better. And in the end, I could probably, if I had the abilities, I could go ahead and put some sort of device on here. I'm going to put it just a column. And I will move that column down below in a little bit. I grab the thing, grab the command, and move it from up to down. And of course, once again, it's going to be actually going into the ground here, so we don't like that. So we're going to go ahead and scale it. And sometimes we can't see in these programs. I'm clicking around, it's through. I'm not even going to do that. What I can do, make it easier on me, is I can go ahead and right click, erase that, go back to my scale here and hit the scale, S for scale in this program. And again, I'm not introducing you to using this program, I'm just showing you the kind of gaming stuff that is out there and the kind of how we can go. If we start with good paper design conceptually, we make this process a lot better. So I think that took that back. When I did that here, you couldn't see it. It took it back to the right size. I put now another floor on there. And now, in effect, you can see that this is going to do something. It's going to perform like a simple machine. And it's just going to, right, except those weren't connected. So we got to finally go back here. If we go the other way, we can kind of push that thing in. So I'm going to finally take this and say edit, make group, and we'll see what happens now. Right, and you can see that how that picked up. If you go the other way, we would be pushing it down. So that effectively would, if it was attached to a soil anchor or something else, would remove it. Once again, right, again, just real coarse design. You don't have any bearing connections, any round connections there. We can work on some of that through the semester as we figure out how we can get those really deep soil anchors out of the ground nicely. And of course, no drawing would be complete without some power besides the power due to gravity times distance over time, but due instead to someone like, let's see, I don't know. Sure, let's go out and look. Finally, I'm going to go out and look for going to 3D Warehouse and look for people. And I'll just look for Sang. Sang's the man. There's Sang. Download model, Sang, yes. Put Sang right in our model here. Sang's going to help us out. Thank you, Sang. Thanks for listening.